Hi, Pisces. My name is Darlene Dotson, and this is your Destiny of Truth for January of 2021. Um, Pisces, basically, the first we have Mercury and Capricorn in the 11th house, sextiling Neptune in Pisces in the first house. And Pisces, you know, there's no better way to describe who you are by having Neptune in the first. That is your ruler, okay? You are a person with no boundaries. You are very fluent. You're ever changing. You're connected to source also in that day. And it has to do with your dreams, your aspirations, your friendships. You're creative. Okay, Pisces, you're very creative. And, on this day, you're going to be happy if you're creating in the groups that you belong to and with the friendships that you have. Then on the 4th, we have got Mercury in Capricorn in the 11th house, and that is sextile Pluto in Capricorn in the 11th house. Okay, now that's all about transformation. Okay, your aspirations, your dreams, they're changing, Pisces. Okay, that is the 11th house. You're transforming it. You're like the phoenix rising from the ashes in group endeavors, and that's a great thing. you know it's transforming who you are. And it's Mercury, the way you communicate in groups. It's the way that you utilize your power. Now on the 6th, we have Mars in Taurus in the 3rd house. Okay, and you want to put your effort in why Mars is there, into stabilizing communication projects. You also, in how you communicate, you want to stabilize that. You want to also put issues into your day-to-day affairs. The little trips that you take. I'm not talking long distance travel. I'm talking the short day-to-day travel. These are where your energy is right now. And on the 8th, you've got Mercury going into Aquarius, which is your 12th house. Okay. You're going to be deep in thought. There's no better way to say that, Pisces. You're doing a lot of deep thinking right now. You're not sharing it neither. Your thoughts are to yourself. And then you've got Venus in Capricorn entering your 11th house. You love the groups that you belong to. You love your dreams and your aspirations, and that you're putting this is where you're shining right now, in the groups that you belong to, in your dreams and your aspirations. This is where your passion is. Then you've got the sun in Capricorn in the 11th house, sextiling again. Neptune in Pisces in the 1st house. And again, Pisces, this describes you to the T, because you're a person without sides. You are ever changing. You're like the ebb and the flow of the ocean. You go in and you come out. And you're always changing that ebb and flow. and it's sextiling, um, you know, the sun in Capricorn in the 11th house. And, it's changing you right now in the groups that you belong to, the environments that you belong to. That ebb and flow is pushing you to change, but yet again, okay? Then we have Mercury in Aquarius, okay, in the 12th house, squaring Mercury in Taurus in the 3rd house. Now, Mars here, sorry, Mars in Taurus in the 3rd. With Mars in Taurus in the 3rd, you're putting your actions, like I said, in to getting more grounded in your communications, and it's squaring your thought patterns this day. And that's in, Mercury is in your 12th house right now. I think, wait a minute. Nope. Yeah. He's in your 12th house right now. And he wants you, to put your actions into communications endeavor, but don't get to stinking thinking, okay? Don't think negatively. You need to put the energy into getting out behaviors, okay, that need to be gotten out. And, you could also, at that time, being taking actions in your communications with others, in their actions that are affecting what you want to do negatively. I mean, there's a number of ways that this could manifest. Then on the 9th, we have Venus in Capricorn in the 11th, trining Mars in Taurus in the 3rd. Okay, and this is an effortless energy, but you have to use it. The actions that you're taking in those communication projects to get you more stable, you're loving it, okay? You love the groups that you belong to. You love the friendships that you have. But they got to get stable. That's all I can say. Now, you just feel like Saturn, okay, in this project is withholding your voice, because that same day you've got Saturn and Aquarius in your 12th house conjuncting Mercury in Aquarius in your 12th house. And Saturn restricts what he touches. And for you, he's restricting communications in some way. How you communicate with others, in communication projects. I mean, Saturn is restricting your communication. Then on the 11th, okay, he has got Mercury in the 12th house, conjunct Jupiter in your 4th house. Okay, it's where it gets interesting. Okay, I think that's, hold on. Sorry, looked at that wrong. It's conjunct Jupiter in Aquarius in your 12th, and Mercury in Aquarius in your 12th. And basically, you're expanding issues in your mind. You're having to look at things at the deepest level to fix it, because your thoughts are why you are in the situation where you are, Pisces. Okay? Stinking thinking. Or, you're expanding your thoughts in a positive way. That could be too, because Pisces, generally positive people, and, so you're just in your mind, everything's positive, and you're moving in a positive direction. Then on the 12th, we have got Aquarius in the 12th house, squaring Uranus and Taurus in the 3rd house. and the changes that we're going through in the communication sector in our life, our day-to-day travel, those that we spend our everyday life with is changing. And you're thinking hard about this. It's affecting your mind. And that's okay. Use it in a positive way. Then on the 13th, we have Mars in Taurus in our third house. We're putting actions, okay, into stable communications, and communicating what we're trying to. But we feel like Saturn is restricting it in the groups that we belong to. You want to put action there, but Saturn's saying, nope, you got to sit back and you got to wait a minute. He's just saying you got to think things through. Then we've got Venus in Capricorn in the 11th house, trining Uranus and Taurus in the third house. This, again, changes in communications on this day, and the groups that you belong to, and all of that. You love them, but there's got to be a change in order to make those communication endeavors more stable. Now, while you're getting used to the change that's been happening, okay, in those communication endeavors, on the next day, on the 14th, Uranus goes direct in Taurus, okay? And that, of course, again, is your third house. And he's going to bring more change to communication endeavors. He is trying to teach you flexibility, Pisces, and about communications and how you need to change it to adapt to the changing environment in communications. Then on the 14th, we also have the Sun conjunct Pluto. And it says you need to go through a big transformation here. And again, it's Pluto. Pluto is going to transform the area of life that he is touching. That's your aspirations, your dreams, your friendships, your goals, the groups you belong to. He's changing all of this for you, okay? To where it's more healthy, to where it doesn't wear you down. Now on the 17th, we have Jupiter in Aquarius in the 12th house, squaring Uranus and Taurus in the 3rd house. And again, the changes that you're going through in the communications sector to make your life more stable. And, you can see how that's an oxymoron. Uranus wants change, and you are fixed in your ideals about how things should be in this communication project, are going up against Jupiter, okay? He's expanding things at the deepest level of who you are. You are expanding who you are inside. And another way this might happen is you've got to think, is this something that you really want to continue on with if it's a communication project? Is it, if it's, day-to-day travel, okay? Is he expanding that in some way? There's some ways that could manifest, okay? Or your intuition is kicked in, okay? At the most deepest level, and you see what's really happening with the changes someone else is putting you through in a communications endeavor. Now, on the 19th, we have the sun in Aquarius in the 12th house. Okay? And we've got the sun in Aquarius. The sun in Aquarius, pretty much. Okay, you're having to look at a lot of deep issues right now. That's where you're at. You're looking at everything in your life. Then on the 20th, we've got the Mars in Taurus in the third house, conjunct Uranus in Taurus in the third house. And for you, I think that's going to be an electrical day in talking to other people, or it could, I'm just telling you, be careful. It could be an accident, okay, with this aspect. It could also be uh, uh, communicating in an abrupt way with someone in a communications endeavor. All I can tell you is Mars and Uranus together are electrical. Okay. Could have great sex that day too. Now on the 22nd, we got Mars and Taurus in the third. You're trying to get a communications endeavor through your actions on more stable ground. But then, your mind gets to going and it's expanding things in a way that, like, whoa, wait a minute. Then on the 23rd, okay, we got another sextile. Again, you got to utilize this energy, and it's about your creative energy or the disillusionment with yourself, and Venus and Capricorn in the 11th house. You're looking at how to make your friendships more practical, your goals, your aspirations. That practicality has to play a part in all of this. Then on the 26th, we have the sun in the 12th house in Aquarius, squaring Uranus in Taurus in the third. Again, changes happening in the third house. You know, in a communications endeavor, and you're just looking at it all. Okay. Right now, you're not saying nothing on this day. You're just looking at it all and watching. And then on the 28th, again, you're looking and watching. But it might explode on that day because of Jupiter. It's expanding your mind. I can tell you that your mind is quick on that day. You know, but you're going to have to utilize that energy with your mind being quick to go in a positive direction. Okay. Now, we also have on the 30th Mercury going retrograde in Aquarius in your 12th house. And Pisces, you're having to go back over issues, that you've been thinking about in your own mind. Just things about you that you want to change. Like I said, the 12th house is the deepest part of it. It could be hospitals too, could stand for that, or, illegal activity. You know, you want to look at all of that in your life and see, okay, rethink it, redo it, revamp it, okay? and look at the whys. Don't do nothing yet. Just think of it, okay? Because this is Mercury retrograde. You want to make sure that the energy is in a positive flow before you deal with this issue. Unless you're going back to issues of the past and dealing with them and you know all the people involved, then it's okay to move forward. But any new elements, don't take a new dive into the future. Now, Pisces, I am dealing right now, okay, with my goddess cards and finding out for January what they say for you. Okay. Independence, Pisces. You're looking at your fears, okay? When Lilith is involved, you're looking at your deepest fears, because everybody thinks Lilith's a bad guy. I don't. I think when Lilith gets us to look at our deep fears and we can free ourselves from those fears to where we can never be put in that position again and never fearful of that situation again. Lilith in biblical connotation was the first woman, not Eve. Well, her and Adam had a disagreement, okay? Well, she wouldn't go back to Adam. God's saying, you gotta agree. And she's like, nope. He wants me to bow down. I'm not going to bow down to him. And so therefore she was demonized. And Eve came and they went on to where we have the suppression now that we have of women. Well, with Lilith, you need to look at how you're being suppressed right now. It's a deep fear for you, okay? You need to look at that suppression and how you can turn that around. You don't want to be fearful in life. You want to live life from a positive standpoint. And if you've gotten caught in life right now, so to speak, with your pants pulled down around your ankle and your bare hiney showing out to the world because, you didn't have the necessary precautions, well, it's a fear you're facing, okay? And you're going to face that fear and you're going to become stronger for it. And psychologically, you're not going to be ever put in this position again, okay? And that's exactly what you're dealing with. So, Pisces, if I could say anything to you this month, okay, I would say look at those fears, okay? Look at what's holding you back. Is it your own communication and how you communicate? Is it a project that has to do with communication that needs to be revamped, or does it need to be gotten rid of? Or is there a person that needs to be let go of? Okay. Let's see. Trying to look at but because the bottom line is this, Pisces. This is your aspiration. This is your dream. Not everybody is going to be on the same wavelength with your aspiration and your dream. You've got to find those who support it, not those that'll put you through changes. Now, let's say this though. If you're communicating with others in a way that's just beyond, you know, what others can expect from another human being, and the way that they're communicating, maybe you need to change that. Okay, and you're looking at that behavior. But you need to look at what your fear is and why you fear it in a communication endeavor, and look at how to change it in a way that you are never put in this situation again. Well, Pisces, I love you, and I will see you next month. Have a blessed month. Bye bye.